Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Dubuque County Emergency Responders Training Facility Recognition Program. As we continue to manage the COVID pandemic, the committee is honored to host this event virtually for an opportunity to recognize the men and women who serve their community through their work in emergency services. I'm Scott Meyer, and I'm very honored to be here again this year to be your MC for tonight's festivities. We've all faced extraordinary adversity and challenges through this pandemic crisis. We ask you now to take a moment and reflect and to thank all of the frontline workers for their commitment, perseverance, and sacrifice and strength, both mental and physical, through the hard work they delivered on a daily basis to serve the community. May our local, state, and national efforts continue to advance positive results so we can return to normal very, very soon. Tonight, we're going to start off by recognizing the Dr. Doug Boucier Emergency Responder Scholarship. The Dr. Doug Boucier Emergency Responder Scholarship honors Dr. Doug Boucier, an emergency room physician at Mercy One in Dubuque. Prior to becoming a physician, Doug worked as a paramedic, providing him with firsthand knowledge of their impact, emergency responders that they make with their patients. Doug served many fire and EMS departments in the region as their medical director, providing guidance and support to their protocols and operations. He was always eager to share his knowledge and wit with anyone around him, and in his memory, the scholarship recognizes and supports the goals of those wanting to enter into fire, EMS, or law enforcement. The Dr. Doug Boucier Emergency Responder Scholarship winner for 2020 is Chris Tallman. Chris is a member of the New Vienna Fire Department and an area ambulance in Cedar Rapids. While pursuing new challenges and an opportunity to serve his community, Chris completed the paramedic course through NICC in 2020. Chris said, from the direct impact EMS professionals have on people's lives to the community outreach and public education, the world of EMS is growing and changing every day. I'm beyond excited to be beginning a long career filled with constant learning and to continuously grow with the profession. We look forward to seeing Chris progress in his new career in fire and EMS. At this time, we congratulate Chris Tallman. Next up this evening, it's time for the Hall of Flame Awards. We invite all of the honorees to come to the front at this time. The Dubuque County Firefighters Association will induct 3 members into the 2021 Dubuque County Association Hall of Flame: Jeff Boley, Lynn McDonald, and Chuck Uskovich. Joining us for this presentation is the president of the Dubuque County Fire Association, Mark Lucan. The criteria for Hall of Flame nominations include: the nominee has made or continues to make a significant contribution to the betterment and/or well-being of the firefighters of the Dubuque County Firefighters Association. The application is not weighed solely on years of service to a department, but rather what the individual has done countywide for fire and emergency services. These contributions may include, but are not limited to, delivering training and education for association members, serving as an officer of the Dubuque County Fire Association, improving County Fire Association vehicles, facility, or infrastructure, serving on committees related to improving the delivery of emergency services, implementing programs that were relevant to improving the safety and well-being of firefighters or members of our community. There's a tremendous amount of commitment that the inductees have made to improving Dubuque County emergency services and ensuring that our emergency responders have the training and resources to respond safely so they can come home to their families. Our first inductee this evening is Jeff Boley, Epworth Fire Department. As a firefighter for 20 years and a lieutenant for 16 of those years, Jeff was a dedicated, committed servant to the Dubuque County Fire Association, Epworth Fire Department, and formerly the Sumner Fire Department. He served as the Vice President of the Dubuque County Firefighters Association in 2016 and its president in 2017, and rarely missed meetings as a general member. During the construction of the Dubuque County Emergency Responders Training Facility, Jeff oversaw the liquid propane tanks installation that served the fire burners in the tower and assisted with the details such as planting grass and other items around the facility grounds. Jeff was also involved in the fire training for the department and the NICC Fire School. Presenting the award is Chief Tom Berger, Epworth Fire Department.
Thank you. This was an unexpected honor, but I'm glad to be included to a lot of people that I really respected over the years. Thank you.
Our second inductee this evening is Lynn McDonald, Bernard Fire Department. Lynn has been a valuable influence in the Bernard Fire Department. He rose through the ranks in his nearly 50 years in the fire service. As a chief from 1993 to 2003, Lynn was active on many boards and executive committees that made change possible throughout the county to improve the training, standards, facilities, and equipment. He made a positive difference in the implementation of the 800 megahertz radio system. Presenting the award to Lynn is Chief Jason Kramer, Bernard Fire Department.
I'd just like to thank all the young men and women that served with me and under me when I was chief, and thanks Jason for nominating me and anybody who had anything to do with me getting elected to this honor. It's a great honor. Thank you.
And our third inductee this evening is Chuck Uskovich, Asbury Fire Department. Chuck served on the Asbury Fire Department for 29 years, including daytime assistant fire chief and then chief for 4 years. Emergency services in Dubuque County were enhanced from his input, involvement, and commitment. He joined the Asbury Fire Department in August of 1976 at the age of 18 years old while going to school at the University of Dubuque. He became a CPR instructor in 1976 and enjoyed responding with the ambulance. He received his EMTA and an emergency rescue technician in 1978. Chuck became the ambulance coordinator for the department, going on to become a paramedic. He guided the agency in becoming one of the first volunteer fire departments with an advanced life support ambulance in Iowa. He is involved in the emergency management coordination position. Chuck was involved in the conception of the Dubuque County Responders Training Facility. His knowledge and diversity in emergency response planning were invaluable to assisting other Dubuque County fire, EMS, and law enforcement agencies and improving the community's safety over the years. Presenting the award posthumously will be Dubuque County Fire President Mark Lucan to Pat Esch, former fire chief of the Asbury Fire Department and current board member.
Just a few short words on behalf of Asbury Fire Department and Uskovich family. This would have been a very proud moment for Chuck. I'm sure he appreciates it. He did a lot for emergency services throughout the entire county and had a major influence on a lot of lives, so thank you.
And that completes our Hall of Fame inductions for this evening. We'd like to wish congratulations to all the inductees. Next, we will honor the Badge of Honor inductees. We invite all the honorees to come forward at this time. The Dubuque County law enforcement agencies will induct 2 members into the Badge of Honor: Jeff Driscoll, Iowa State Patrol, and Steve Halen, Dubuque County Law Enforcement Center. First, we recognize Jeff Driscoll, Iowa State Patrol. Jeff served as the Dubuque County region for 31 years as an Iowa State Trooper. Jeff was a member of the Iowa State Patrol Tactical Team, served as a field training officer for new troopers, assisted local law enforcement agencies with training and guidance with their operations, and coached the local fire department on emergency driving techniques. Jeff served as the vice president of the State Peace Officer Council and was a board member of the Iowa State Troopers Association. Jeff received the Commissioner Life Savings Award. His philosophy on community policing and involvement earned him respect from citizens and local law enforcement officials. Presenting the award to Jeff is Dubuque County Sheriff Joe Kennedy.
All I really have to say is thank you very much. It was very unexpected. That I hope all the communities realize how lucky they are to have professionals in anywhere from the police departments, the sheriff's office, the fire departments, EMS, dispatch, that they're very lucky to have those all in this area. Thank you.
Our next honoree this evening is Steve Halen, Dubuque County Law Enforcement Center. During his 43-year tenure, Steve Halen worked at the Dubuque Law Enforcement Center, supporting the Dubuque Police Department and Dubuque Sheriff's Department operations and facility. He was the maintenance supervisor tasked with ensuring the building was well maintained, oversaw construction projects including the new jail complex, and was integral in ensuring the mobile vision and camera system were working. When the departments needed Steve, he was ready to get the job completed, even on weekends, and never requested overtime for his extra work. Steve consistently demonstrated a professional, friendly, and approachable demeanor, always willing to teach others. Due to prior family commitments, Steve's award will be presented at a later date. We congratulate Steve and we congratulate Jeff on their induction this evening. Moving on, next we are going to recognize the Star of Life Awards. Would the invitees please come to the front at this time? The Dubuque County EMS Association will induct two members with the 2021 Star of Life Award, Pam Thornton and Chuck Ustovich. Presenting the awards is Dubuque County EMS Association President Andy Nye. Pam Finsel Thornton, Finley Hospital. After working as a registered nurse, Pam Thornton received her paramedic certification and became a paramedic educator in the Mercy EMS education program. She was invested in her students and worked to strengthen their diagnostic capacity and technical skill sets. She was instrumental in hosting two physicians from the USSR, now Russia, to study with the paramedic students. In 1991, she became the nurse manager of the Finley Hospital Emergency and Trauma Center. She embraced EMS as a true partner in their ER mission and built a patient-focused ER with real feedback loops for EMS providers to remain informed on their patients' outcomes. She included EMS representatives on related hospital committees and helped to improve resupply and decontamination facilities for EMS units. Pam taught or assisted in many EMS classes during her time at Finley. Pam was very active in the Dubuque Community EMS Association, the Northeast Iowa EMS Association, and the Iowa EMS Association, and helped IEMSA establish their EMS service directors. Pam had an open door and an open heart for any emergency responder facing the emotional stressors of EMS. She was one of the founders of the Dubuque's Critical Incident Stress Debriefing Team. She also traveled to Oklahoma City following the terrorist attack on the Murrah Federal Building, helping the emergency responders cope with the carnage and the stress. Presenting the award to Pam this evening is Dubuque County EMS President Andy Nye.
Thank you. I'm both humbled and honored by this. And this award really should be going to the students who I learned as much from as taught them, and to my sons and my husband, who put up with my late hours and antics, and my parents, who instilled a sense of purpose. Thank you.
Our second honoree this evening is Chuck Uskovich, Asbury Fire Department. Chuck was professionally trained as a respiratory therapist before becoming an EMT, paramedic, and critical care paramedic. He served the Asbury Fire Department as a paramedic, firefighter, and rose through the ranks to become fire chief. Providing non-emergency ambulance transport services to support the local and regional hospitals, nursing homes, and private residences was also one of his interests. He partnered with others to create the Dubuque Medical Transport, later developing the Criticare Ambulance Service before transitioning to Heartland EMS. Chuck worked with Nancy Brown and Rick Jones to create the Dubuque County EMS Association. Through his initiative, the group facilitated communication, inclusivity, and goals for all county EMS departments. He was an active member of the Iowa EMS Association. Chuck was an accomplished EMS instructor, teaching at NICC and local departments. He was an instructor for ACLS and PHTLS. Before the first Gulf War, he taught PHTLS to military personnel in the ramp-up leading to the overseas involvement. Presenting the award posthumously to Dubuque County EMS will be Dubuque County EMS President Andy Nye to Pat Esch, former chief of the Asbury Fire Department and current board member.
Once again, thank you very much for making this possible for Chuck. He'd have been proud. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 2021 virtual induction ceremony. We would like to thank the City of Dubuque Media Services team for making this production possible. Congratulations to all the recipients for their years of service to make Dubuque County and the region a safer, healthier, and more viable community to live, work, and play.